Hey, what's up everyone? Juan Sword here, and today, I'm gonna be reacting to the Bible game by Scott the Woz, as you can see here in the background. Someone by the name of Dr. hang on, give me a minute to try to pronounce this. Dr. Calamari, I hope I said that right, requested this, and so I'm gonna do the reaction to it. I knew it was 2 months ago. I just finished moving a couple of weeks ago. I finally have the free time to do this, so let me see if my phone flashlight can actually make the quality a bit better, because in my opinion, it looks like my face is not very well positioned. Alright, got it. Here we go.
Hey y'all, Scott here, and I just had the health inspector in. They've expanded from small businesses to shows about stupid Nintendo games. Let's see what he had to say. Great place, gotta work on the religion ratio though. Shit, that was a priest!
Oh,
Jesus Christ,
that's why.
Christianity's mascot and one of the world's most popular authors writing the best-selling thriller Bible. And let me tell you, I'm still trying to find an autographed copy from him online. After reading the SparkNotes summary on it, I think I'm finally ready to take on the video game adaptation of the book, The Bible Game, the game you can only experience with a nice polo and khakis on. Religion-based games have existed before, like Bible Adventures, Super Noah's Ark 3D, the King James Bible on Game Boy, so on and so on, and I think it's safe to say they didn't follow the source material the greatest.
What?
Being a bit of a disappointment for all the Bible fans out there. But this is the first to have the audacity to claim it's the Bible game. Like, wow. God licenses brand to these guys. This has to be the real deal. The fine people at Crave Entertainment published this and need to be thanked for finally injecting wholesomeness in the family living room. Learn about the Bible while you have fun. 1,500 questions on the Old Testament. Music from the hottest Christian artists. My god, the marketing team at Crave obviously wanted every consumer who sees this game to say, holy shit! Looking at the Wikipedia article for this guy, we can see it's in the fabled video game genre Christian. That definitely clears things up. I was wondering what the Bible game was going to be all about. Interactive fun for all ages. Fantastic. I'm the most wholesome person I know.
Really?
Oh, my cigarettes are done! Old family recipe, but enough stalling. Let's not go to hell and play some Bible game.
Okay.
The main menu, and would you listen to this soundtrack? These must be the hottest Christian artists, just as I was promised. This sounds like wacky misunderstanding music, but they turned it into a theme song. I think that deserves to be commended. We have so many options to choose from, but to avoid incompetency, humiliation, and choice, I've decided to go the TV game show route. And would you look at the roster on this, diversity at its finest. We get to pick our fighter, and I'm gonna go with this guy who seems like he's too cool for God, but will slowly learn the error of his ways. And since video games are the ultimate way to fulfill your wildest dreams, I'm naming myself Dennis.
Dennis.
Are you ready to do unto others? Here's our host, Justin Warren.
Welcome to Do Unto Others, the Christian game show hosted by this guy. I completely expected that hairstyle. The 4 participants are each given a chance to stop this roulette thing, and whatever it lands on, you get those points if you win whatever it throws at you. This could be Testament trivia, which I rock at. I sex Bible verses to my closest friends I can take on. What the f is a Moses? Sometimes you're given these solo Christian exercises and have to do stuff like follow the light in the game assignment, or press A for the angel and B for the banquet TV dinners, or sorting the first 10 amendments in order. But the stars of the show are the challenge games, where the Christian fan service is unstoppable. Flee Egypt and Red Sea, have a memorable rectal experience in Jonah's Whale, race horses and walls of Jericho, all while a kickin' soundtrack plays. It's not enough they got the guys behind the Bible for this game, but Christian rock stars too. Actual, real life, for realsies, not for funsies, total Christian rock music plays during these games. So not only can you kick the piss out of some false idols, but kick the piss to some groovy Jesus tracks. Now this is how you get more people into church. I truly can't think of a better way to get more people into religion. Wait! I have to interrupt your little Bible game riff for a breaking installment of Scott's big idea. Alright, loyalty rewards program for churches. We make an app. You get church points every time you go. The points can be exchanged for enlightenment. Grade A business idea. Watch out, Fortune 500. I'm coming for your shit. Take a leap of faith, trap some lions, eviscerate some snakes. This is like a stained glass window made out of code. But the name of the game is still Do Unto Others, which means randomly you're gonna have to selflessly give something to your rivals, as the host puts it.
You kindly give control of the game screen to Red.
Even though you're being forced into doing it. As long as you keep winning, you can keep control of the board, but be forewarned, as the host has a bad feeling something is coming.
Red, be very afraid. I feel a wrath of God lurking.
Yep, randomly the wrath of God lurks, and it lurks hard. It'll poke a hole in your score and make it leak to 0. It's bad, man. It's a risk versus reward mechanic. Do you want to maximize your points and keep letting the roulette spin while you're risking having the wrath of God lurk all over you? At the end of it all, we're presented with the Garden of Eden, where you're tasked with picking as many random fruits as you please. The more you pick, the more points you get, but watch it, as you may pick a snake by accident, and blam, 0 points. So this is what he felt like. Then the points are tallied up.
Red, you ended up in 4th place. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Look at it this way. Next time, you can only do better.
Unless you get 4th place again. The host limps over and starts talking to the winner about how he ate a pumpkin this big and credits roll. I think it's fair to say that the Bible game is a game made for your atheist Mario Party playing son. Maybe afterwards he'd piece it together and realize God is pretty tight. Considering the Bible sold so well, it's pretty crazy to see the Bible game only sold 50,000 copies on the original Xbox. If I were in charge, I would have slapped a from producers of the Bible and carbon dioxide on the cover to increase interest. Overall, I can't lie to you guys, that was incredibly mediocre. But I have to admit, that Garden of Eden mechanic was pretty deep. You see, it teaches people to succeed in life and to take chances while also not being overly greedy. That's incredible for a party game, and on second thought, I think the Bible game deserves a lot more praise than it's given. It's unprecedented, unheard of, unorthodox.
Unorthodox?
Finally, they made a game for me, fan service for Christianity. Regardless of faith, you gotta admit this game right here is pretty sick. It's a crowd pleaser, it's a converter, it's a jack of all trades, it never fails. Forget enlightenment, this will never grow stale. Learn about the Bible while you have fun. All thanks to brave good scripture, no biggie, or a commandment, I'm not picky. The Bible game, it does it all. It's a trivia game and a bathroom stall. Win a round, you'll feel all swell. Come in 4th place, we'll see in hell. A game no other corresponds to Christianity and beyond. A sin or not, I'm not ashamed to give this game 2 out of 10.
Wow. Wow, okay. Okay, that was a really good episode. That was a really good one. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the recommendation. I mean, all of his videos are funny. All of his videos are funny. All of them. I haven't watched all of them. I watched some of them. This is a 7-minute video. I'm actually gonna watch another one. I'm gonna watch it straight from YouTube. So give me a second here while I try to pull this up.
Hey y'all, Scott here. Tambourine selling's in my blood, so welcome to the Barine Bazaar, where tambourine selling's our specialty. Well, things are really heating up, which means there's only one thing to do to maintain our monopoly on the tambourine market. F***ing panic. With every purchase of a tambourine, you get a free copy of Wii Music. Wham!
Oh. Oh.
Damn! The Wii has many Wii games and Wii games. Yes, what better title to give your game than the name of the console followed by word? That's a soft spot for the Wii series of games. They always used the console's unique controllers and capabilities in ways that turned many heads. Wii Sports, Wii Fit, Wii Party, even Wii Play all lit up sales charts and thus received follow-ups. Sure, they aren't the deepest games out there, but if you see a game that begins with the word Wii, chances are it'll deliver a fun night in with the family. Now replace the word night with eternity and family with the devil, and you have a confusing sentence that can only mean one thing. You're playing Wii Music! The only Wii series title to not get a sequel other than Wii Chess, which apparently us Americans hate this stuff. We never got it over here. Wii Music always had it a bit rough. From its initial unveil to now, it's generally always been seen as a joke, even by Nintendo fans. Concepts for the game could be seen as early as 2005 in the initial Wii Remote unveil trailer, back when the system still went by the codename Nintendo Revolution. Fast forward to E3 2006, where Shigeru Miyamoto starts the conference by conducting a virtual orchestra. This Maestro minigame was meant to be included in Wii Play, until the developers decided to craft an entire game all about music. And that brings us to the death of Nintendo. I'm sure you've all heard horror stories of Nintendo's E3 2008 press conference. It wasn't a good show, and that's being generous. And what better way to end an already bad show than with a fucking mental breakdown? Holy shit! It was all like, we have one last thing. The lights dim, fog envelops the stage, and then this happens. Miyamoto comes out on stage and starts playing music with a Wii remote poorly. He then describes how Wii Music is supposed to be a way for everybody to enjoy the world of music, regardless of musical experience, age, or gender. Following that up by playing some F-Zero music, that makes up for everything! Finally, Nintendo ends the conference by screaming to everybody, "We're a company, guys, we swear." Yeah, Nintendo's E3 2008 showing was already pretty brutal, but just the fact they ended the show proudly demonstrating a sloppy rendition of the Super Mario Bros. Theme in Wii Music just sealed the deal right there. Satan doesn't look like a man, he looks like 6 Me's playing music in a field. So people weren't too jazzed about Wii Music from the get-go, it just looked like a way to make songs played by swinging your arms around. That's not to say it didn't have a right to exist. 2008 was the height of the rhythm game craze, with Guitar Hero and Rock Band. So it really did make sense for Nintendo to try their hand at the genre. It was also Nintendo composer Kazumi Totaka's first and only full-on directorial role on a game. This is the guy behind a ton of the music in Animal Crossing, Yoshi games, Luigi's Mansion, and he's also the creator of the Totaka's song Easter Egg, a little tune he throws into most of the games he's made.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Weirdly enough, it doesn't seem like it's in Wii Music. Upon release, Wii Music was met with a lot of down-the-middle reviews, as in a lot of 5s. Most of the people who reviewed the game just didn't see much value in it. But that was back then, and now is right now. I mean, it's been 10 years. Wii Music released on October 20th, 2008 in North America. Maybe we were all a bit too harsh on it at first. Or maybe... I couldn't even finish that. Of course it's terrible. I got this game for my birthday in 2009, and I thought it had potential to be cool. I always wanted to try to learn music, but after a few failed attempts, I maintain I never had a single musical intestine in me. So I guess I wanted to see if Wii Music could be my gateway into learning more about music. Fast forward to now, and I still have no clue what a fucking trumpet is. It's fair to say Wii Music didn't grab me. I like some aspects of it, but overall it felt like it just lacked any point. Like I'd pop it in and within 2 minutes I'd ask, alright, why am I doing this to myself? It has been a while though, so let's boot it up and give it another go. We're greeted to what I think a hormone looks like, and his name is Sebastian Toot. He forces me to play the piano whether I like it or not, and all we have to do here is shake the Wii Remote nunchuck. Hey, hear that? I'm a penis. Next thing we pop the nunchuck up and strum this guitar with the Wii Remote. Next up, the trumpet, and yeah, just mash the 1 and 2 buttons with no nunchuck. Finally, I put the one instrument that doesn't use the nunchuck in the middle. Now I need to pop it back in for the violin. Actually, from what I can tell, you can play the majority, if not all the instruments with just the Wii Remote itself, but to get that sweet, sweet immersion, you'll probably want to use the nunchuck for some of them. Doesn't matter though, because T-minus 5 minutes in, the immersion's already been broken. Who the hell doesn't blink while playing violin? Sebastian transitions into teaching us how to play a tune. Surprised at my size? Don't encourage him. And this right here is the gameplay of Wii Music. As Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is playing, I have to shake my controller as if I'm playing the music, but you don't have to do any specific motions or anything to play the correct notes. You fundamentally just have to shake the controller to the song, or not at all. Wii Music actually encourages players to do whatever the hell they want. Add notes to the song, it'll give it your own personal touch. Now you can definitely add notes to your song in Wii Music and make it sound somewhat elegant, but half the time the game decides to add random notes in there for me. I swing my Wii Remote and it counts for 2 notes played in succession. I can see why the music industry is hell to get into. Jam sessions are then demonstrated, where we just play a song with a band. And here I tried to do Twinkle Twinkle justice, but man, I couldn't help myself. Don't worry if you didn't play it perfectly, because there's no one way to play a song. He's right. So now rated that performance. Okay, we get to rate our own performances. Yeah! Now it's time to save a video of our jam session, and this is cute. Get to create our own album art and everything. That's great. Whoa. This is one of the fun parts of Wii Music. And now we have all of the game at our disposal. Time to jam out. Well, you gotta be kidding me. We have to unlock the vast majority of songs in the game, and most are unlocked via doing more lessons with Dr. Toot. Yeah, we actually have to grind in Wii Music to unlock all the songs. The main problem is, once we actually unlock some songs... They pull a Chibi Robo Ziplash on us. This song selection blows. You can't tell me Nintendo didn't have the funds at the time to license.
Wait, what game was that?
This song selection
Oh, Cheeky Robo Ziplash.
blows. You can't tell me Nintendo didn't have the funds at the time to license actual songs that actual people actually like. Instead, most of the songs are from the public domain. Nintendo did have a few well-known licensed songs, September and Wake Me Up Before You Go Go, just to name 2, but they sound like garbage. Considering you only hear these songs played via Wii Music instruments, they all sound like 5th grade marching band. That's not to say the instruments don't represent their real-life counterparts well. I think the expansive instrument selection is one of the best elements of the game. Like, look at all these things. They have all their own descriptions, and they're relatively faithful to how the instruments are in real life. I think they really shine when you're just
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I broke it. I broke it, hang on. I always keep breaking it. I don't know why. You know what? Yeah, okay. There it is. Back to...
There's an epidemic spreading.
Oh my
It can
gosh.
expose your lungs to acrolein, which can cause irreversible damage. It's not a parasite, not a virus. It's vaping.
Man.
They have all their own descriptions, and they're relatively faithful to how the instruments are in real life. I think they really shine when you're just testing them all out. It definitely gives you some exposure to all different kinds of instruments. But when you actually attempt to play songs with these things, yeah, it sounds gross. Just these MIDI, overly digital sounding, soulless renditions of some classic songs, and that's assuming you're playing them with appropriate instruments. You can play all the songs with all different kinds of instruments. Guitars, bagpipes, no integrity, anything.
No integrity?
The lame song selection. Even having some Nintendo tracks in here doesn't satiate my virginity. And for some godforsaken reason, there's a Wikipedia article solely dedicated to the songs in this game.
Oh.
It's only about 50 tracks. You could easily cram this into the regular Wii Music article, but this list has Turkey and the Straw in it. It deserves its own article. Now, the main mode is the jam sessions, where you just play a song. Remember when I said Wii Music encourages you to do whatever the hell you want? Well, in my opinion, it also actively discourages you from attempting to play the song correctly. You have to turn on the ability to see when you need to play your instrument by hitting the minus button. The fact that it's automatically disabled boggles my mind. Like, yeah, I get it. You want people to play the music their way, but what's the harm in showing them, hey, here's how you should play the notes. That's kind of what playing music in real life is like. You can always rate your performance and save a video, and that's it for the jam sessions. At least there's a selection of minigames to play. Me Maestro is actually a fun novelty. You just swing the Wii remote around like you're conducting an orchestra, and it's a fun time. This was the mode I enjoyed the most. There's only 5 songs to play. Yeah, I'm not defending that. And when I screw around and pause, go fast and slow at odd intervals, I end up getting a better score than when I actually try. Handbell Harmony is like an actual rhythm game, where you along with a few others have to chime your bells when it's your color's time to shine. Yep, the rumors are true. This is an actual rhythm game. But like Me Maestro, it only has 5 songs. It's okay, just nothing special. And finally, there's Pitch Perfect, which is the most in-depth of the games, but it's just a bunch of music quizzes. Order from lowest to highest pitch, who played the wrong note, fix the song. It's not bad, but it goes on for 8 levels. It's really drawn out, and it's just the same thing over and over again. Then we have Lessons, which just goes over everything that adds up to a song. You play the percussion, the harmony, the melody, everything. You play an entire song yourself. However, all these different style lessons just all feel the same to me. You just play through a portion of the song, and then another, and then another, and then another, and it's always Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Things might change up in later lessons, but in the hour and a half of lessons I sludged through, every single style lesson has you play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and nothing else. Look at this is a fever dream. I'm playing the song with myself and what's-her-face? Babs, I don't know. If I ever saw a blimp with the logo on it in real life, I'd piss myself. It's a way for anybody to enjoy making music. You don't have to learn how to play an instrument. You can just shake the controller and make the notes play, mimicking the use of an instrument. It has good intentions, and the idea of being able to play music without learning how to play music is pretty decent. However, it always just felt like it lacked a real point. Like, everything I do in the game just doesn't feel like it amounts to anything. It doesn't really bring me the joy of playing music. It just feels like I'm making noise at the end of the day, even if I'm making a deliberate attempt to try to follow the song. Wii Music never tried to be like Guitar Hero or Rock Band. Those are actual games. While Wii Music is more so an application, a way to play music without learning an instrument. However, I feel like not having to learn a musical instrument takes a lot of the fun out of making music. It takes actual effort to play something correctly, which makes it much more satisfying.
It does.
Just flailing your arms around doesn't bring you nearly the same amount of joy. It just feels like Wii Music is a bit confused as to who it's for and what it wants to be most of the time. Is it an educational tool? Maybe, but why are they like, don't read the notes, just play how you want? Is it a game? Not really, because there's really no risk of failure. Is it a music creation application? Well, you can't create your own songs. This is all just my opinion, though. I've seen a decent amount of people say they were introduced to music production through this, and they legitimately enjoyed the title. That's great that it introduced so many people to the medium. However, for me and many others, too many things just kept it from being all too great. The Wii Remote isn't accurate enough to detect a lot of the intricate movement of playing an instrument. Like, look at this, I'm not trying to play multiple notes, I'm just trying to play the ones they're telling me to play. Because of that, I think for most people, Wii Music just ends up being a Fest. It doesn't punish you for anything outside of the minigames. You score your own performances. And I think at the very least it should have been more strict in the lessons. You can cruise through those things without moving the controller at all. What's the point of lessons if they let you do that? It's definitely more fun in multiplayer, but at that point you'd probably rather just boot up something else. So yes, as a game, Wii Music is pretty bad. As an application, it's incredibly flawed, but it did its job for a handful of people. Regardless, it's still hard for me to let that song selection slide. Who the hell looked at this thing and said, "Oh shit, Daydream Believer by the Monkees"?
Okay. Oh my gosh. Great, great, great grief. But hey, that's got the Woz for you. Nothing you can do about it. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. This is actually two videos. It was the Bible game video that I made a couple of minutes ago, and then I also made the Wii Music 10 Years of Horror episode as well. So yeah, that's that. So the first video was too short, so I decided to make it a two-parter. So yeah. So yeah, that was the point of making the two-parter. The reason why I don't have my webcam is because my little sister's right next to me, and like literally she's gonna stare at this thing. I don't want her to. Oh, what did I do? What am I doing? I'm trying to fix this, but I can't. There we go. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.